Welcome, everybody, to the
Hey,
Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 133. I'm here. I'm Alex. There's Addy with me. You already heard him try to interrupt me. And there's also Soon. It's the 4th of July episode. Oh.
put Mike's face over the freaking over the fish because Pink's not here on the thumbnail. I mean,
Why would I put Mike's face over the. Oh, Mike Trout. Okay, I thought you were talking about
yeah,
our
no,
friend
not
Mike.
our Mike, not our Mike, not our Mike.
Is he here somewhere hiding in the rafters?
Yes, he will be lowered like Sting,
Oh no! Better they
and
be
then he will,
lowered like Sting than lowered like Owen.
yeah, he will be lowered like Sting, and then he'll get buckle bombed.
Buckle. Oh god. Yeah. What is the like rationale by continually letting people still do that? Is Seth still allowed to do that move after he ended Sting's career?
I think it was banned recently, but I'm not sure.
It took him a fucking while because Sting got like hurt 6 years ago, didn't he?
Was that 6 years ago?
5 or 6.
Man,
I remember like one of the first eighth generation WWE 2K games was advertised on "Hey fuckers, we got Sting." Do you remember Soon?
No, I have no idea.
Ah, what a great idea of like put this guy's crotch in your face, and now you can't see. Run him to one of the fucking turnbuckles
Hmm.
without being able to see.
Oh yeah, I do remember that move. Yeah.
Oh man. Ah, Eddie, you got anything coming up on your channel this week?
probably freaking Streets of Rage 4 if I actually remember to release it this week,
Okay.
unlike this past week.
All right. Meanwhile, on my channel, if I ever record Dead Rising this week, it will go up, and I don't know what else to think of that I might record. I'm always trying to come up with content for Total War, but at the same time, I find that I'm not actually. That's a series where you always feel like a beginner.
Yeah. I mean, what most people do outside of like the multiplayer guys is they just like film the battles cinematically.
That's definitely an idea. My PC can run it at decently high graphics most of the games.
That way you don't have to worry about like doing good tactics. You just have to
Make it
worry
look
about
cool.
worry about like camera positioning and all that.
Yeah. And do
Because
multiple
most
takes.
of those, well, yeah, most of those guys legitimately basically just like take their whole army, tell them to move like straight forward, and then they just start watching on camera.
The only problem I can see is the AI not being cooperative.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those like scripted battles probably still have to use multiplayer. But
Yeah, they do, kind of.
yeah, I was experimenting with the AI. Not to get into just a little bit of Total War talk ahead of time, but I was messing with the AI just recently. Like I wanted to check how the AI reacts to some things.
Mm-hmm.
I never quite noticed that the AI only knows how to flank with cavalry. If the AI has 6 units of swordsmen and you have 1 unit of swordsmen, they will pile all 6 units of swordsmen onto the front of your one swordsman. Ah, I get that making AI is really tough, especially for strategy games, and with a game that's already so CPU intensive as Total War, but fuck, you know?
Yeah. Also, like, you don't want the AI to be too good at like understanding flanking, because if they are, they're able to micromanage all of their units like way faster than any human player could ever do, you know? Because they
Yeah.
can like basically move all of their units simultaneously while a player person has to like move each individual unit, well, to a degree. So,
I mean,
like, the AI just has more maneuverability options available.
It'd certainly be a more interesting take on legendary difficulty than what Legend of Total War plays now.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Legend of Total War here. I picked up these dwarfs with cannons. I'm going to just sit here and watch them kill everyone before they even get to me. I think it's going to be pretty good because I've put in time with the dwarf thunder cannons. I've put in over 100 hours just with the dwarf thunder cannons. They're pretty good. I'm not 100% confident. I'd personally rather have some high elf archers, but gotta work with what you're given.
That was a pretty good imitation.
Oh, man. Every community's got its shitheads, doesn't it, Addy?
Yeah.
Smite finally lost their shithead.
Their chief shithead. One will.
Their chief shithead, yeah.
Did the whole community get canned?
No. But like the top streamer, like 8 people came out against him,
Ah.
like in one day,
Ah.
and he got fired. Yeah, he can't. Like if he ever streams Smite again, Hi-Rez will press legal. Like they'll what's the word? They'll press legal charges against him.
I'd like to see that legal clause. Like they put that in the terms of service at the very beginning. If you're a rapist, if you're a rapist or pedophile, just stop playing now.
No, it's like video game companies can take away your right to stream any video game anytime they want.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying it's a funny thought to think of.
Yeah.
Just like if you're Adolf Hitler, please stop playing our game.
I'm surprised more narrative-based games don't do that. You know, like Last of Us.
Don't encourage freaking Atlas, dude. Do not.
They made progress with Persona 4, where instead of just
They
banning
did.
everybody who was streaming it, they just said, "Please don't spoil the game."
Yeah, they made progress.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still better than Nintendo, right? Because hasn't Nintendo gone back to just shutting people down?
Yeah.
I am maybe.
Nintendo's the only company that's been shutting down like Dreams Creations.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, like the creations that people make in Dreams, if they contain anything Nintendo related, Nintendo will shut them down.
I haven't heard about that, but alright, I guess it's within their rights.
And they're the only company doing it.
Which is hilarious considering how low quality a lot of the dreams are.
Yeah.
Sonic wins again.
Sonic wins again?
The Nintendo ones are specifically the worst in that regard.
I mean, I wouldn't put in a load of work just to have Nintendo shut mine down.
Yeah.
Sonic Feet Fetish games win again.
Yep.
The worst part about Dreams is that there's like so many like weird, stupid Wario shitpost animations. You get like 20 on the top viewed creations every month.
Well, I mean,
What do you mean Wario shitpost animations?
Well, that's what they are. They're Wario shitpost animations.
Why Wario?
I have no idea, but they're all Wario.
Wario's already a shitpost.
Like
Yeah.
there was one that was Wario does his taxes.
As opposed to Yoshi, who is a renowned tax evader.
Yeah.
Or Kirby.
Yeah. Kirby doesn't avoid his taxes. He just keeps eating the IRS guy who comes to his house.
Yeah.
Kirby, renowned heroic cannibal.
What power do you get from a tax collector?
I mean,
Anger.
they're pretty strong.
Yeah.
It's
If you eat enough tax collectors, you get the IRS power off, and you become unstoppable. It's basically God mode.
I definitely remember there being a Batman comic where it turns out Joker does his taxes. And he says, "I may be crazy, but even I know not to mess with the IRS." What? You know, a funny thought popped through my brain, and then it's gone.
Nice.
The They're rare beasts that you have to catch them as soon as they appear in the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I found it really funny, and I'm not sure if it's real because I didn't look it up. But apparently, Darkside Phil tweeted out, "Yo, if you're freaking if you're about to get accused, or if you've done anything that people are getting accused of right now, just quit it. Because if you don't, you're gonna get canceled, and you'll have to live with the fact that I outlived you."
I hate that Phil's actually taking to the like immortal Phil bit.
Yeah. I say let him have his fun. He'll have his time come sometime.
When?
I don't know.
Like, dated a girl half his age, no one cared. Caught masturbating on stream twice, no one cared. Fucking went bankrupt, got heavily into tax debt, and somehow got through on an IRS loophole. No one cared.
Freaking Darkside Phil will be there to record freaking Terry Funk and Ric Flair fight
At the end of time.
In the remains of the universe.
As the death of the universe comes in 8 billion years from now, Darkside Phil is fucking shouting, heckling in the audience. He's the only audience member left. Him and Mick Jagger. And it's just Ric Flair and Terry Funk, two skeletons in the ring giving each other knife-edge chops.
they're doing a no rope barbed wire death match, explosive death match.
But the C4 is all fake. It's just clouds of dust set to spray everywhere.
Yeah,
and the dust is their skin. They had to save on
the skeletons. Yeah, there was nothing to make smoke out of because everything else got burnt, even the ashes.
What I remember that there's a line in the comic Sandman by Neil Gaiman where there's a character who says, "When the world comes to an end, I'm the one who puts up the chairs and turns off the lights." Is that just Terry Funk and Darkside Phil?
I guess, and Ric Flair, yeah.
And Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. That's still my favorite earliest internet jokes. Every time you smoke a cigarette, a year gets taken off your life and added to Keith Richards.
There is actually a freaking real long list of supposed immortal people, because we also have freaking Araki, the Queen. Who else? There's a lot of them.
Well, there was like Stan Lee and Christopher Lee, but
well, yeah, there was Stan Lee, but we don't talk about it anymore.
Hugh Hefner, for a good while, we were like, when the fuck's he gonna go?
Yeah.
Because there's no way that guy didn't do a load of drugs when he was younger.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that he was still doing drugs before he died.
Yeah. Did a rail straight off a woman's ass, then had a heart attack. The stuff the news told Joe was all a lie. Was that actually the bit from Wolf of Wall Street? Isn't there a part in that movie where Leo does a rail off a hooker's ass? Did either of you guys even... Okay, Addie definitely did not watch Wolf of Wall Street, but Soon, do you understand what I'm talking about?
Nope. But wait, you said the one where they do crack off a prostitute's ass?
I think it was coke, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know of the scene. I haven't watched Wolf of Wall Street, but I know of the scene. I think I've seen like clips of it, maybe. But yeah.
I feel like... anyways. We both already said what was going up on our channels this week, so... And Soon, I assume you don't have anything going up on your YouTube channel.
I mean, I could, I guess, upload more, like, shitpost videos. I haven't uploaded one of those in, like, 3 years.
Just re-upload the Wario stuff off of streams.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
put your freaking watermark on it. But put someone's watermark on it, but not yours, so that when when people find it, they're not going after you.
It's kind of sad that my most viewed video is like showing off the Dragon Age Inquisition tactical camera to Ted, and it was like the lowest quality way I could have gone about it.
You can never predict what's going to be successful on YouTube.
Yeah. We've been putting effort into content for years, and
Yep.
nothing.
then-
My freaking most watched video is only the most watched video because I found a niche that I liked, and the first thing that comes up if you search for it. I'm not joking.
I mean, the most popular videos on our group channel are the ones that are really low effort, aren't they?
I think so.
Because I can tell
I
you,
can check.
I
I
can
can
t-
check.
I can tell you with Scribble Knots, I put no effort into editing that series.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't put effort into editing because it takes a lot of effort, and you don't want that. You don't like editing, so you don't want to put that effort in.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. It's just a thing. Like,
I was like, okay, all right, well, I mean, I don't know how to take that.
no, the good content can come from the good content can exist without editing. So
Yeah.
like,
but that good content didn't exist.
Yeah. But and then you've got like Mike who makes an hour-long transcript reading of serial killers tapes
And then gets 500,000 views.
and gets more than 500,000
but
views.
the thing with Mike's thing is that he portrayed that serial killer so realistically because he has life experience. So
Yeah.
obviously people thought that that he was actually the killer.
Those screams halfway through weren't edited in.
No, Mike did those.
Mike did those.
Yeah.
No, just the person he had tied up at the other side of the room.
Yeah.
He
No,
got
yeah.
one of his ladies of the night to.
Oh. That's an old joke right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Our most watched videos on the group channel are again Scribble Notes episode 1, which you said that had no effort put into the editing or overall, I guess. I don't know.
Hang on, can we stop for just a second? I want to actually note something. Like me and Mike just finished recording. We were just recording Dead Rising last night, right? And at one point, like we mentioned just random talents or trivia we know, and Mike at one point says, "Oh, I can name every Best Picture winner since 1940," and he says that actually got me laid. And I was like, "Oh, interesting," and he said, "I don't know what it says about me that I can't remember the name of the girl." So I guess Mike's Lady of the Night isn't that absurd of a joke.
The name of the girl was Citizen Kane.
Mike just keeps conflating the girl's name with like Best Picture. The memories just start to mix together. Oh man, you wouldn't believe the night that I slept with Platoon. How green was my pasture? Alright, anyways, yes, number 1 most viewed video is Scribble Knots, right?
Yes, that's the number 1 most viewed video.
Super low editing.
Yeah, second most watched video is the first time we played Siege. That had some effort in the editing. I still didn't know how we wanted to do the editing on the channel, so it's a low amount of editing, but it's there. And then it's Scribble Notes episode 2 because some people actually like the content that we make, and then quit. And then it's the latest episode of Siege, actually. The 4th most watched video. Which people searched up because I'm casually trying out the new control rotation settings, and people thought that we would do an extensive tutorial about the differences between the old and the new one, I guess.
Well, if they didn't leave any comments, we can't fucking know.
Yeah.
No, they did leave. There is one comment. Let me look it up. It says sup. So yeah.
Yay!
All right. My most viewed is the Dragon Age Inquisition tactical camera that I legitimately only uploaded to show off to Ted, and that has almost 400 views.
Well, it's a quick and easy video to show somebody the technical camera. Mission accomplished.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then my
Yeah, go ahead.
second most viewed is a clip of Corypheus, the final boss of Dragon Age Inquisition, glitching out to the point where I couldn't beat the game.
Yeah.
And that had almost 400 views as well.
Nice.
And then third most viewed is a WWE clip of Ziggler glitching through a table.
Oh, man. I need more of those on my channel.
Yeah, my most viewed is my Sengoku Basara, the first one review. It has 1,462 views.
Damn.
And then the second most watched is my trailer for my review of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which is a rip on. Actually, I forget the freaking name of the movie that I ripped on for that. It was the one with the bombs.
The what?
The
Oh, Inception.
Yeah, Inception. That's the one. Yeah, I made it basically a parody of Inception without actually watching the Inception trailer
Eh.
or the movie for that matter. But you know, so that one has 521 views, and then the third most watched is the Sengoku Basara-san the Yukimura Den review, which has 490 views. So I've got to assume that once I'll actually freaking finish writing the script for the Sumeragi review, it will get some views, maybe.
Addie's going to become the Sengoku Basara YouTuber / streamer.
For anyone west of China.
I mean, I would like that, but first I feel like I should learn Japanese so I understand what the hell's going on.
The only video with views I can recall is the first episode of the Shut Your Mouth Lounge got like 150 views, I think.
And then people realize that there's no topic and that we suck.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even there for that, but you know, we.
I talked almost none in that first episode. That first episode was pretty much just Muda and Raven.
Yeah.
Which is wild to think. Oh god, that video probably came out 5 or 6 years ago. Which you can tell because Raven was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah. Anyways,
I miss Raven and Seto, whatever.
Yeah, but Sato still pops up every now and then.
Yeah, he does.
Every 2 years he posts once in a raw thread if they exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. He only posts about wrestling though. Whatever happened to Who Cares?
He just kind of disappeared with time. He makes a yearly post, and he refers to it as his yearly post. Like, I noticed, like, I was looking over my Steam friends list the other day, and, like, he used to play Killing Floor all the time. And I just looked there, and it's like, hasn't been online in 604 days. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck.
Who Cares is online on Discord sometimes. I see him looking on on Discord whenever we post in the general threads or whatever channels.
Yeah, I have to assume he's like Goku and he's just spying but not really saying anything.
Yeah. He's probably like actually living a life or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nerd.
Oh, what a fucking loser. We say despite the fact that Soon has over the past couple of days been making serious moves in his life.
Soon doesn't count.
Soon's immune. Soon will always be cool. You'll always be cool in our hearts, Soon. And it cuts to me and Addie both with like taped up glasses. Coke bottle glasses. Snot dripping from our noses rapidly. I've got the South Park ship bucket.
And I have freaking Randy Marsh's large balls that I'm sitting on.
Speaking of South Park, my girlfriend like at her work yesterday. They were playing South Park episodes, and she messaged me descriptions of whatever episode was playing, right? And her first description for the episode was, there's a South Park episode playing about boobs. And I was like, well, that narrows it down like hardly at all.
Yeah.
And then her second one was this South Park episode is about drugs. I was like, well, that's even worse
Yeah.
of a description.
This South Park episode has people in it.
Oh my god.
And the worst part was when she was like, now this South Park episode is about circumcision. And I was still like, I have no idea which episode you're talking about still.
A show that loves to make jokes about Judaism, a circumcision episode. Okay, which one?
I mean, it could have been the episode with Ike.
Yeah.
It was.
Not everything circumcision is Jewish related. It just always turns to Judaism to talk for some reason. Oh, man.
But yeah, I told her like all of the evil Cartman things that he's done.
Oh, she didn't know?
No, she didn't know. She was like, I was like, Cartman is one of the most evil people in all of television. I mean, he's absurdly evil, so like it's not the same thing. And she was like, no, I doubt it. Joffrey Baratheon is way eviler. I was like, no, I don't think so.
There could be a debate there, honestly.
Yeah, but Joffrey isn't even the most evil person in Game of Thrones.
They're very similar in terms of being spoiled children who go out of their way.
Ramsay Bolton.
I mean, Ramsay
Well,
Bolton.
Ramsay wasn't spoiled. Ramsay was a bastard.
Ramsay was pretty bad, yeah. But like, to me, anything Cartman did, Joffrey would have did if put in the same situation. Whereas Cartman at least displays some degree of standards in some of the episodes, you know?
Yeah.
Ramsay though, Ramsay was just written as cartoon evil.
Yeah, I mean that's what Cartman is, so.
True.
I would put Ramsay and Cartman like on the same level.
Ramsay to me never implies even the idea of standards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I don't usually like cartoony bad guys in like serious TV shows, so I didn't like Ramsay that much.
Well, it got to be where D&D just started using Ramsay to wipe out whatever characters they needed and torment the ones they thought were getting it too good.
Yep.
Which, Ramsay in the books isn't Ramsay in the books not too dissimilar? The only difference being that in the books he's overweight.
Maybe.
I know he's not considered that important in the books because he's
yeah, he's not that important.
Right.
So,
they just needed a villain to fill. They needed a villain to fill in time between Joffrey and Cersei.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyways, soon, what you been up to this week, man?
Moving.
Moving,
Pretty
yes,
much, yeah.
sounds like fun.
I mean, kind of. Yeah, stressful, but yeah.
How many of your things were stolen by the moving company?
Oh, I haven't gotten that stuff yet.
Uh-oh.
They're taking them right now.
I mean, I didn't put any of my stuff from like my parents' home. Like, I didn't put that in a moving truck. We just like took all of the stuff up in my dad's truck. So, yeah. I'm just still waiting on my like school stuff to come in.
You mean the stuff your school stole?
Yeah. Yeah, like my computer.
Addie, did you hear about this?
Yeah, you've told me, yeah.
Yeah. Ain't it fucking nonsense?
It is. I guess the teachers wanted to play smite while they were locked into the facility.
I don't think I even like turned off my computer before I left because of the yeah.
Well, they definitely would have just unplugged that RAW then. Either that or they left it running for 3 whole months, in which case, woo!
Yep. I don't even think I closed out of Smite. So
Okay, well, I can tell you that your Steam account is not still playing Smite, so they shut it down the day of.
Okay. The day of.
Yeah, the
That's
day of.
the
They,
cops
they,
probably. The
they
police
set your
officers probably did that. Yeah.
they set your Steam account to do not disturb and are having freaking LAN parties right now.
Oh no. Uh,
they're like doing what they can because they can't go out and like do anything. Otherwise, they'll get stabbed.
I was thinking of getting you Counter-Strike just because it's $2 and you may end up using it someday. But then again, if they're running LAN parties, they may just be like, "Oh, sweet."
Yeah.
They'll do the classic fucking bit of taping the guy to the ceiling.
Well, I mean, they haven't bought anything on my account, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch just like freaking like next week, 13 orders for The Witcher 3 coming.
Oh no. Not only have they stolen your stuff, they've got bad taste. What's this other game they bought? Bad Rats? Mass Effect Andromeda?
I mean, I liked Mass Effect Andromeda.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's not
it
what
was
you told
like-
me.
It was so bad that it was actually entertaining. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was horrible. The story was one of the worst I've played in a video game. But, like, I still found it fun. Just because of how bad it was.
Oh,
Oh,
no! I have a worse thing. Instead of The Witcher 3 and Andromeda and all that, they bought like all of the freaking the shitty ass hentai games on Steam.
oh god.
All of them,
Oh, no.
multiple copies.
You can't buy multiple copies for one account.
No, they gifted them away.
Oh no. Soon Dragon 67's account giving out free Japanese porn. Whoever
Yeah.
wants it.
I'll go check my, like, my Steam, like, hours played, and I'll have, like, 1,000 hours in Bannerlord, even though I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 1,000 hours in Bannerlord, and you have 14,000 hours in a freaking game that's in Chinese. What?
Oh, this game stars a female naked version of Sun Wukong. What?
Freaking. They bought the game because the game boasted about its vagina physics.
What?
You have a character creation, and the only thing you can adjust is how floppy Wukong's vagina is.
Like that, when you start up Cyberpunk, your only options are genitals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In the future, this is how people identify each other. But I can't tell who you are. Take off your pants or I will shoot you. Oh, Tom, hey man. Oh, fuck. So moving soon, huh?
Sounds like an absolutely horrible. What was that? What was that?
Soon your internet
That-
is shitting the bed so hard that it sounds like you're high.
Hello? Oh.
He is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, but you've been it's slowing you down and deepening your voice to make it sound like you're high.
I have no idea why that would be.
Okay, now
Yeah,
we can hear
my-
you fine, but earlier you were going, "Oh yeah, we've been going through the movie."
I don't think I even said that.
I don't know. I was just making shit up. I didn't remember exactly what you said.
Right. I was just asking if you could hear me because I couldn't hear anything you guys were saying.
Well, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
But if you can't hear us, that means you're high.
I diagnosed with high.
Yeah. So wait, what were you saying before?
What have you been up to? Okay, how's moving?
Oh, moving's been good. Yeah. We set up a table last night and this morning. We had to stop last night because it was getting late and we didn't want to keep like hammering down because we're on the 3rd floor, so we don't want to upset the people below us.
That's very considerate of you to show your neighbors. They will not share that consideration.
Yeah, that at 3 a.m. is when you start hammering more powerfully, or at least that's what my neighbors have taught me. There's a person living under me who has been freaking drilling a picture up on their wall for the past year.
It just keeps
every day.
It just keeps fucking falling, damn it.
Not drilling hard enough.
I imagine there's just a massive hole in their wall. They just keep putting the fucking picture.
Maybe they're being held hostage and they're trying to drill out of their apartment.
Oh yeah, it's like Old Boy. Then they're gonna go out and fuck their daughter. That's how Old Boy goes, right?
I never watched Old Boy.
I definitely remember we lived in an apartment part of the place we live in now, and we had to move. A large part of why we moved out was because, for whatever reason, the upstairs neighbor in the middle of the night would just get up and do a fucking polka dance above my parents' bedroom. So people behave in bizarre ways.
Yeah,
you know, like I'll take people moving around rather than the people who moved in and brought cockroaches.
Oh yeah, they just brought a crate full of cockroaches, and they were like, "Be free, my children."
Yeah.
Sounds like something Mike would do with his pets. Pet rats.
I doubt he would do that with rats because that means he would lose them very quickly. But
no, they set the way that rats, they create a little home base, and they can always find that little nest or whatever. I don't know what it's called exactly, but they set up an area which they determined to be their nest, and then even if you take them 3 miles away, they'll be able to find their way back to that nest.
I see where that makes sense, but you also got to keep in mind Mike has cats.
Yeah. I actually didn't know that Mike had cats.
The cage is for their safety, not his. Alright, did you do anything else this week soon?
Well, I guess I could talk about what I've been doing the past couple of weeks since... Yeah, I finished Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh god, Pink's not here.
I know. Did he ever respond about... Wait, yeah. But yeah, I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it was really good. You know, there was only one episode that I disliked out of the entire 3 seasons.
Isn't that the general sentiment is that there's just one bad episode in that last season, but other than that?
Maybe, yeah. I guess. I mean, I know that other people have their own opinions of what the worst episode is, which I disagree with. And the episode that I consider to be the worst, a lot of people consider to be one of the best episodes.
Which one is it?
The Beach.
The Beach. Yes, that's one of those cases where some people like seeing them, do civilian stuff, and other people are like, this interrupts the narrative.
Oh, no, I don't care about the civilian stuff. I care about the part, at the end of the Beach episode where, they all start talking about their childhood traumas, and it's, really clunkily written character exposition.
Huh, okay.
They literally just go around in a circle, and they're like, so the reason that I turned out the exact way that I turned out was because when I was a child, I faced all of these harsh difficulties and stuff. And then the next person goes and they say the exact same thing, but with their own personal experience. And then it goes around in the full circle until it gets to Zuko, and then Zuko yells about his exact character development arc they've been subtly building up, and then they just throw away that subtlety, and they're like, this is exactly what Zuko's character is like, in case you missed it for the last 9 episodes of this season.
Yes, everybody goes around talking about their experience, and it gets to Zuko. Zuko's like, and then leaves. He goes into the ocean.
Zuko's like, I don't know, guys. I've had a pretty swell life, all things considered.
I like being half burned. I like y'all.
Oh, man. All right. What did you feel was the best episode?
The best episode? That's hard to say, but I mean, I feel like it's really basic of me to say, but probably Tales of Ba Sing Se or Appa's Lost Days.
Okay. I do remember hearing you talk about Appa's Lost Days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything like in particular you want to highlight about that last season?
About the last season?
Yes.
Well, I think the last time I talked about it, I had finished just season 1, or maybe I was halfway through season 2. But season 2 is the best season by far.
It's got Mick Foley. That automatically makes it the best, of course.
Yeah, it does. I mean, Mick Foley does return in season 3 for one episode.
Oh, I didn't know
But
that.
yeah,
He's thrown off of a cage.
No, he like joins in the big battle where they're invading the Fire Kingdom halfway through season 3,
Okay.
where they like take every single side character that they've met in the past 2 seasons and they like all group up to attack the Fire Nation.
Okay.
Yeah. Supposedly, they originally wanted that character to be voiced by The Rock. But The Rock was too expensive, so they had to settle for Mick Foley.
I mean, it works out, because the Foley's someone who spent a lot of time around Rock, so if you want someone to make fun of The Rock, go with someone who knows him personally.
Yeah, except Mick Foley more so like did a Hulk Hogan impression.
Oh, I think Foley said it was his Rock impression, so I guess he just sucked at it.
It sounded like Hulk Hogan to me.
Alright.
But yeah, like the character was even named The Boulder.
The Boulder.
Yeah, Tales from Ba Sing Se is the really sad episode with the Uncle Iroh
Yes.
song. Yeah, I told you about that one.
Yes, and does Iroh show up in any other episodes that season?
That season, yeah, he does. He does.
Did they already have to go ahead and replace Mako?
Yeah, they did.
Right.
Yeah. And then the entire season 3. He didn't show up very much in season 3, but they had a replacement for him then.
Well, yeah, they probably didn't want him to show up too much because then people would notice that it wasn't Mako anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else was there?
And then I also have been watching Breaking Bad again. Like, me and my girlfriend are continuing to watch her first watch of Breaking Bad.
All right.
And we're in the worst season of Breaking Bad. So,
Yeah.
well, arguable, I guess, because for the first part of the first season is also pretty bad. But I think season 3 is overall worse.
The show had a serious problem with sometimes taking too much time.
Yeah, it did. It's not a perfect show.
No. And that was always an argument between Ted and Mike, and if Mike were here, we could actually get into a deeper discussion about that, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand those twins.
Why is that?
Because they're so cartoonishly, like, evil. Or, well, they're just cartoonish. Not evil cartoonish, but, like, just cartoonish.
To me, Breaking Bad was always part cartoon.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
but I consider them to be the worst part of it.
I mean, I love Hector Salamanca, but the way Hector behaves throughout the entirety of Breaking Bad is pretty well a cartoon.
Yeah, that's fair. And obviously, Gus's, spoilers, death is really, really, really cartoonish.
Yes.
But
I think even before Hector got into his predicament, like what we see of Hector before he was in the chair, he was still cartoonishly evil.
I wouldn't even say Hector was cartoonishly. I don't even think he was evil.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, didn't he beat the shit out of the twins, and that's why they're such dicks when they grow up?
Hector?
Yeah, Hector.
Wait, maybe he did. I don't know.
I thought he, like, dunked one's head in the water and forced the other to try and save him, or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. He did do that. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yep. Fair enough.
And of course, there's plenty of cartoonness just with, like, what Jesse says sometimes in that series. Remember the time they went for the age-old gag of Jesse getting trapped in a porta potty and then it flips?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Also, the time they used magnets on a train or something. That's like Wile E. Coyote type stuff.
Magnets, bitch.
How do they work?
Season 1, Jesse would be an Insane Clown Posse fan.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I never got around to watching that movie Netflix did of Jesse. Was that any good?
I haven't watched it either.
I don't want to watch it because I don't think that there's really space. I don't think it's necessary, you know?
I think the general consensus was that it was just kind of alright.
Like, I mean, what else? What other story needs to be told there with Jesse? You know, he got out free.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Though, if we're being honest, Saul also did not need more of a story.
No, he didn't. Supposedly it was good for the first few seasons, but I mean, according to like what I heard from Mucha, he couldn't watch it anymore.
Well, they killed off Muda's favorite character.
Oh.
I watched the first 3 seasons. I haven't got around to watching seasons 4 or 5. It's all right. It could be better, you know.
Yeah.
They do interesting stuff with Saul. Like it's carried by Bob Odenkirk. It's carried by him.
Right. It definitely was from what I.
Because like Vince Gilligan, like bless him, Vince Gilligan's not that great.
Yeah.
The actors are the ones pulling the hard work on Vince Gilligan's shows, you know?
Yeah. Like all of the side characters in Better Call Saul were just boring.
I was gonna disagree with that, but I can't remember most of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like any character that wasn't just a reappearance from Breaking Bad, I can't remember their names or what they look like even.
Well, Kim gets to be more interesting in the later seasons because she's handled in an entirely different way than Skyler.
Yeah.
Howard Hamlin winds up being an interesting character, if only because he entirely, like, goes against what you expect of him in a way that's a pleasant surprise, which is unusual for the subversion of expectations crowd.
Yeah.
Chuck's a lot of fun. Chuck winds up being probably the second most interesting character in the series after oh shit, what's Saul's real name?
Don't know.
Oh fuck. Jimmy. Chuck's probably the second most interesting character in the series after Jimmy.
I can't even remember who Chuck was.
Chuck's his brother.
I don't remember him having a brother.
Well, you must have only watched the first season then.
Yeah, I only watched the first season. And I don't even think I finished the first season.
Okay, so the real hook, like, the first season I didn't think was that good because it's a lot of meandering. The real hook to the series hits in the season 1 finale, which is way too late for a series' hook to hit.
Yeah, was that the money?
There was money being stolen, yes, but that's resolved by the end of the season.
I stopped at where they like found money in the backyard or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
It turns into more of a legal drama in the second and third seasons, which I think is where it's better suited, considering it follows a fucking lawyer.
Yep. First season dipped too much into like criminality.
Yeah, it kind of skipped immediately to criminality with Jimmy.
Yeah, I think they like rushed way too quickly into like Tuco and Mike Ehrmantraut.
That they rushed straight to Tuco. That I hated that they went immediately. Like at first I was like, "Oh, Tuco, I love Tuco," but then I was like, they really should not have pulled Tuco immediately.
They rushed to Mike in like the first or second episode.
I was fine with Mike because Mike just had a mundane job, so
Yeah.
well, I understand them going to crime so early because it's supposed. Better Call Saul has a very different aim than Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is about a fundamentally bad person who lives a relatively normal life and then finds out that he likes being a bad person, right?
Yeah.
Better Call Saul is about a fundamentally good person who's also lazy, and at the end of the day, it's easier to be bad than to be good. So he sells his soul, you know?
Right. Which isn't even as interesting, like a story or theme.
Well,
Or
it can be interesting in that Jimmy can have very creative solutions to the problems presented in the series that Walt wouldn't, you know?
yeah.
Because Walt would have creative solutions, but it was usually like, I mixed these chemicals together to make a bomb. Whereas Jimmy's solutions are like playing everyone against each other and figuring out some legal loophole and a whole bunch of other things, you know.
Yeah.
The things Jimmy's always been good at. Anyways, I'm sure Daddy's sick of this.
I'm also planning on rewatching Dragon Prince
Okay.
because that show is very, very good.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I
Oh.
found out. You remember that voice actor I told you about? The like demon one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Turns out that what?
there's some kind of weird. Oh no,
Oh,
it's gone now. Never mind. Just carry on as if
Yeah.
nothing happened.
Turns out that the guy who plays that also plays Three Dog in Fallout 3.
Huh.
Yeah.
I remember he got in trouble, didn't he, for saying that there's gonna be a Fallout 4.
Maybe, yeah.
I remember
don't
there
know.
being a whole thing of him saying there was gonna be a Fallout 4, and so they just canned him off the project because he said it before the reveal. So I guess there may have at one point been planned a Three Dog cameo in Fallout 4, and then it didn't happen because of that.
Damn.
Oh man. Do anything else this week?
Anything else this week besides moving in? I mean, oh, I was playing Ratchet and Clank, Crack in Time.
Crack in Time. Which one is that?
That's the one with the time cracking and stopping
Thanks.
it. The one with the mechanic where time freezes in some areas.
It's one of the PS3 ones then?
PS3 ones, yeah.
Okay, that was the one. Those were the ones I wound up skipping.
That's supposed to be the best one.
Oh, damn.
So,
Well, it'd be nice if they fucking ported it to the PS4 instead of just letting it languish on the PS3.
yeah. I mean, I'm only able to play because PlayStation Now.
Yeah, I should probably look into that someday. I still got Game Pass, though, so that I don't want to double up.
Right.
I know that the PS3 was made with bizarro fucking backwards Cthulhu tech, but still, I would like to see more PS3 exclusives ported to something else.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
fuck,
PS3, PS3's exclusives were amazing, honestly.
I mean, fuck, they're having to entirely remake Demon Souls rather than just fucking port it.
Yeah.
Like, didn't it take a decade of work for someone to finally be able to figure out how to emulate Metal Gear Solid 4? I feel like I remember hearing about that. That game alone took a fucking decade of work.
Maybe, yeah.
In hindsight, it's no wonder that the Elder Scrolls games always came out fucked up on PS3, because for one thing, Bethesda was never that good of a developer, but also, like, you give a difficult task to a lazy worker, and...
Yeah. Yeah, the Bethesda games were borderline unplayable. PlayStation 3.
The Fallout games at least had the advantage of the fact that they could run on a potato, but...
Yeah. But like Skyrim, I can't count how many times I had the like game crash.
Yeah, I remember that being a lot of what I heard at the time.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
just Skyrim.
Yeah.
You just got more of it.
Just
Isn't that
advertise
what
that
people
on the
wanted
box.
more? Isn't that what people wanted more Skyrim?
But yeah, it would crash like 2 to 3 times a day.
Wasn't there also a whole thing when they released the DLCs?
Yeah, the DLCs were delayed on PlayStation 3. Like, first one was delayed for a whole year.
Well, you know
And
what?
it wasn't because they had a deal with Microsoft. It was just because Bethesda couldn't get it to work.
That makes sense because Dawnguard did have weird shit like monster transformations.
Yeah.
We can't figure out how to make him into a fucking vampire. Ah, screw it. All right. Anything else this week?
I think that's about it, yeah.
All right, Addy, what you been up to?
So I've played through Fallen Legion, Flames of Rebellion, I believe is the one.
I've never heard of it.
Me
It was
neither.
free.
Oh no.
No, the game's not free. It was with PS Plus back when the freaking I think what happened was back when the PS Vita still got PS Plus games. It was a PS Vita PS Plus game, but it's also cross-buy thing. So I just got it for the PS4 for free.
Oh right, I did that with Rogue Legacy as well.
So yeah, it is a game. It's
I would hope it's a game.
you never truly know these days, but yeah, it is a sort of RPG, I guess. I mean, let me see what the hell they describe themselves as, because it's filed under RPG, so yeah, it is an RPG where it's sort of real time, but it's not Final Fantasy 15. So basically, remember the active command system or whatever it was from Final Fantasy 12, or was it 10?
No, but Pink soon might.
Soon.
I never played 10.
Ah. So Final Fantasy used to have this system where it was technically um uh a real time battle system, but everything was on cooldowns. And that's basically this game, only you can't move.
Oh yeah.
So this game is built around combos and selecting shit between the small fights.
Mhm.
It is also really freaking linear.
Of course
I
it is.
finished the game in a day. By the way,
This sounds like a
I
follow-up to the bad Final Fantasies. It's like they took a look at
kind
the
of
series and
yeah.
they saw the good ones and they were like, "Fuck this shit, let's do the crap."
I don't know, because there is a whole genre of RPG games that work like this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Heh.
the game was okay. I can like it, it's there. It's an indie game, so yeah.
Heh.
There was only so much they could do. I liked some of the things, like the whole premise is that you're a prince or whatever the hell. You're trying to take back the empire, and you're raising a rebellion. And according to the game, your choices are actually supposed to change shit. Not too much though, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, usually your choices don't matter in games.
Yeah. From what I could tell, there's a morale system, and your choices affect that, and the morale system affects which upgrades you get for your characters. So I guess there's that changes. No, there's those changes made by the freaking choices you make. Words. I got a lot of rare achievements because nobody played through this game. Everybody played the first freaking act and then quit.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. I I got so good at the game that I got freaking full combos that went up to like 100, and that's what the game wants apparently.
That is what the game wants, or it's not?
It is what the game wants.
Oh, well, good work, team.
Yeah.
So wait, what game was this?
Fallen Legion. Flames of
Okay.
Rebellion.
This is sounding really familiar to one JRPG I played.
That being?
There. Yeah. Go ahead.
White Knight Chronicles.
Let me look it up.
But yeah,
Oh,
that
I'm just
game I played that on PlayStation Now for about an hour,
used-
and it was so weird. Like they had a character creator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you create your character, and then you're not even the main character. The main character is a pre-created character, and your created character is just a mute nobody who never interacts with the world at all, and is just
Nice.
a party member.
Is that not what Dragon's Dogma does? I thought that's what Dragon's Dogma did.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, maybe you make the main
Dra-
character and the best friend, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, like that was weird. It was just bizarre. You're the character that you put all that time into creating, and they have a good character creator. But yeah, you put all that energy into creating that character, and then the story has nothing to do with you at all, and you don't speak at all, and you don't interact in the cutscenes at all.
I like how looking this thing up on picture Google Pictures, and it's like White Knight Chronicles Origins video game 2011. The beleaguered franchise makes its portable debut. 2 stars.
Okay.
But yeah, it had all of the same systems that Addy was talking about in terms of gameplay.
Ah. It might be the same like genre, I guess.
Creator, yeah, genre.
No, definitely not the same creator, unless that game was made by Yummy Tummy Incorporated. Yummy cummies in my tummy
Oh no!
Incorporated.
Oh no!
Ovo. Yeah.
Rewind!
Uh,
What's the fucking JoJo stand that deletes time?
Killer Queen. Or wait, no. Do you want to delete time that's coming up or time that has happened?
Time that has happened.
Killer Queen.
Oh man, I was hoping it was King Crimson because that one's got a cooler name.
Yeah, King Crimson is the one that deletes time coming up. So
Okay.
it's funny how these things are imagined.
Anyway,
yeah.
Anyways, what else did you do, Addy?
Yeah, I did that. What else did I do? I spent a lot of time freaking setting up recording shit because apparently soon. Do you want to hear something funny?
Sure, I'm always
So
up for something funny.
So for the past, like, I don't know, half a year or so, apparently I've been recording videos in 4K. Despite all of my
Okay.
recording equipment only being able to handle 1080p,
Right.
especially my PC.
Okay.
So basically, imagine the world's largest bottleneck.
That's a big bottleneck.
And now it's pouring wine. No, but yeah. So I spent my freaking couple of hours setting up recording stuff because there's freaking one day every 2 weeks that I do this. I don't know why. Sometimes I just get the itch and I'm just like, I feel like something's wrong, and then I look it up and something is wrong. Very much so this time. Because usually it's just like, oh well, my audio settings weren't set up properly and I sounded like shit, or like, I don't know, I can set this one stat so the video looks like half a notch better. No, the whole freaking quality thing was just set up improperly. So the video that should have freaking taken up the space of, like, I don't know, 8 gigs took up 60 or 80.
Mm,
I was wondering about that.
wow.
So yeah, recording videos is fun, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But
It's
yeah.
great. Yeah.
But yeah, so I did that. I did I did restart. Oh right, I restarted Persona 5.
Nice.
Really?
Did you
Yes.
ever finish it?
Yes. I've played through it once before. I started up another playthrough on New Game Plus, abandoned that run to like
Are you
halfway in.
wait, did you even get the like what's the ultimate edition called?
No,
Is it
I
golden? Or
I
Royale?
no, I didn't buy Royale. I don't have the money.
Ah, yeah.
Otherwise, I would have.
Yeah, I'm holding off on my second playthrough until I get Royale, personally.
Yeah. There's just no point in like doing a second playthrough when you don't have Royale and Royale is out.
Yes.
I'm just trying to bide my time until Ghost of Tsushima comes out, because I started the second playthrough of freaking God of War on the hardest difficulty, and
Oh,
no.
oh no, don't do that.
Yeah, I found it out the hard way. In fact, soon. Am I freaking wrong, or all of the freaking New Game Plus difficulties, aside from easy, like freaking stupidly hard, and easy is stupidly easy?
Yeah, the hardest difficulty for God of War is so hard that you basically have to consider like every single attack.
Yeah,
You
no,
have to like
I know, but like for example, I started on the hardest difficulty on New Game Plus, and apparently that delevels my X or something, because my X was not upgraded, and I
yeah,
remember upgrading it.
it's you keep the skills but you don't keep the item levels
Ah,
for
yeah.
upgrades. You keep the skills that you've learned.
But
Uh,
yeah, so basically my experience with the freaking hardest difficulty was I spawn in, get to the first Draugr fight, like die to the first Draugr 30 times, then spend 15 minutes actually killing it, because it takes that much time to kill it when you get all of your hits in.
Yeah, and then
And
it
then two
kills you
more
real quick.
yeah, and then two more Draugr spawn in, and then you die. And then I did this on all the difficulties. And it did get easier every time when I freaking set the difficulty down, but not by much, because on every freaking difficulty that wasn't easy on New Game Plus, all of the enemies have a shield, and I'm not sure if it's an elemental shield or just an all around shield, but that made it really hard to deal damage when there were more than one.
okay, I've got two questions as someone who's not played that game. For one thing, isn't that last Valkyrie boss like stupidly hard even on easy?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and the second question is, did they make it where you lose all your gear on New Game Plus simply so that Kratos wouldn't have his crazy end-game armor ruining early game cutscenes?
Yeah.
Because Kratos being a hobo in the woods would look rather stupid if he's wearing legendary Norse armor.
Yeah. I think it's also I don't think that's the entire reason. But probably part.
Alright.
But yeah, so that happened, and then I first started on easy, mind you, New Game Plus on easy, because I was like, well, I need a refresher on how the game works before I can actually tackle the freaking harder difficulties.
For Persona 5?
And no, on freaking God of War,
Okay.
and the New Game Plus easy difficulty barely exists.
Eh.
Kratos, like the enemies that take 30 hits to kill on anything above easy take 2.
Whew.
But yeah, Persona 5, I also started on the hardest difficulty.
Oh no, not with Shin Megami Tensei, you don't. Fuck that.
I got to before you reach the first boss, and I'm stuck because I'm under leveled and I don't know how to freaking grind.
The higher difficulty levels in Shin Megami Tensei games are monstrous.
So are you saying that I wasn't freaking stupid to play through on easy the first time?
For me, Persona is more about the story than the gameplay.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, that's just most games for me, but yeah.
I mean, like half of the gameplay, if not more, is the story, you know? Like
Yeah.
they turn the story and your character interactions into a game themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also like some of the gameplay loop with Persona 5 is just inherently a bit different. I mean, for one thing, you have to talk to the shadows, which I found to be a pain.
Mm.
Persona 4, you don't talk to shadows, so I prefer that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to talk to all of the shadows that I could, and then they all started going, well, you're too under-leveled, so I will give you this shitty item that you don't need.
Yeah, that does
So-
happen. Yeah.
Well,
So
it depends. Is it a soul drop or is it just like here's some fucking turkey, nerd?
they're just like, here, have this burn heal. There's no freaking personas that use burn on you, but here's some burn heal, my guy.
Oh right. This cures this specific condition. I mean, if it's curing paralysis, paralysis is a pretty good one to have a cure for.
Paralysis
Yeah.
could be useful, but that's not everyone they dropped. It was once they dropped an item that made me able to revive one ally. That was useful, and every other time it was like burn heal, or like freaking what was it? It was like fear heal.
Fear heal.
Yeah,
Fear can be really bad depending on what shadow you're going against.
true.
Yeah.
I believe fear will allow insta kills.
Yeah. That's true.
Now, jog my memory here because it's been probably 2 or 3 years since I last played Persona 5. But burn is a random chance condition that can happen if you get critically hit by a fire attack, right?
I don't know. Soon.
I don't know.
My
Been
understanding
a
was that
while.
if fire or ice elemental attacks critically hit you, there is a chance then that you will receive the burnt or frozen condition.
I don't remember.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so basically, I have been having a fun time freaking doing that. Also, I made it made it more of an interesting challenge run, in my opinion, because to make things fairer, since I own all of the DLC, I got Thanatos and I got Jesus. And and here's the thing: I can use Thanatos or Jesus on one fight, and after that, no more personas. So I have a panic button if I need it, but if I use the panic button, I'm dead in the water.
Oh, do they just spend all your SP immediately, or?
Yes, more or less, yes.
Oh man, I forgot that you could even get them if you had the DLC. That does make sense, though.
So yeah, it's like I have some lower level personas that I can actually use in battle, like normally how you would actually play the game, and then I just have Thanatos and Jesus in the background, and if something makes me scared, I just pull them out and use all of my freaking SP, and then never use persona attacks ever again.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. Doesn't Messiah have an exclusive special move where if you die while you've got him out, you get resurrected?
He might have that. I seem to recall it, but not at the level I'm at.
Oh, it may be a late level thing. That'd be real fucking spooky, because with Messiah, like, if you want to get him to high levels, that's a lot of XP, because doesn't he start out at level 90?
He does.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I remember having. I feel like I remember having that in my easy run, but definitely not right now. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't just having a level 90 persona boost your physical stats through the roof?
I don't know. It didn't seem like it. My Joker hits around 20, and so does everybody else. So
Well, they may have changed it for Persona 5, because in Persona 4, your physical stats are dependent on which persona you've got. That'd be weird if they did change it like that for Persona 5, but whatever.
But yeah, go ahead.
If I'm ever, I've always had this idea, like, you know how you can actually use PSX or PSO, that the PlayStation 2 emulator, perfectly
PCSX2, yeah.
you can use it perfectly legally, but you have to like get the ISO codes off your PS2.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've always had a dream of doing that, and then one day we're gonna try and marathon through Shin Megami Tensei 3, because that game is a motherfucker.
I mean, one of us can just buy it on PS3. It's FES, but still.
Not Persona 3. No.
Oh, Shin Megami Tensei 3. All right, I don't know why I confused the two.
I've got Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne on PS2, the actual physical copy. It's not that far away from me. It's got Dante in it. It's one of the hardest games of all time.
I forget if Nocturne is on PSN. I'm gonna check because if it's on PSN, then I have it on my wish list.
Ah, they would have
Yeah.
they would have made a port for PS3, but I don't know if they would have been able to port it again to PS4.
Oh no, they never did. They definitely wouldn't have ported it to PS4. But I put it on my wish list when it was still tossed up whether I would get a PS4 or a PS3.
Ah, okay.
So I just have like freaking PS2 ports and stuff like that. That's PS3 only on my wish list.
All right.
But yeah, we could do a marathon of freaking Persona 1 sometime because I own it. But we would need a guide because I'll get lost. I've started Persona 1 3 times. I've gotten lost 3 times.
Yeah, Persona
But, yeah.
1 is supposed to be a bit of a mess. Wait, is it the original English translation version?
Yes, I have the original English to English translation version.
Mark danced crazy?
Yes, Mark danced crazily.
It's not Mark danced crazily. No, it's Mark danced crazy.
It could be that I haven't seen it yet because I didn't get that far.
I don't blame you.
I get like genuinely I get lost in the freaking hospital every time. Let's see. They have freaking for PS3 they have Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2. And that's in the European PSN at least.
Yeah.
There's also God Hand. I have that on my wish list.
Oh man, well that'd be a lot nicer because physical copies of God Hand are ultra rare and they cost a shit ton.
What is really nice is that God Hand on PSN is $10.
A physical copy for PS2 would run me 100.
Nice. do you wanna change freaking living spaces so you can get God Hand for cheap and I can buy Fatal Frame at all? Oh, anyway. Yeah, Persona 5. I've been having a lot of fun just getting through everything. I've realized why I dislike Ryuji so much.
Why is that?
The way he handles On at first. And just how that continues through the game with the other characters.
Jog my memory.
Well, On wants to talk with the protagonist and on just says like, well, I'm here about the Ryuji barges into the scene yelling, On, get back to the kitchen, more or less.
What? Actually, I don't.
It's not that bad, but like genuinely, Ryuji barges in and he's like, "What the hell are you doing here? You're jumping on Kamoshida's dick. Get out of here!" And then he continues doing that until On leaves.
Well, doesn't early on he doesn't understand that she's being propositioned. He just honestly thinks they're sleeping together.
To a point, yeah, but like still, yeah.
I remember when Ryuji finds out what actually is going on with Kamoshida, doesn't he just like fly off into a fucking rage?
Not about On's friend, yes. I think the only like if I remember correctly, I've played Persona like yesterday, by the way. I've already forgotten the exact details, but the only reason Ryuji is fine with On being in the Phantom Thieves is because, well, she already has the app on her phone, so I guess we have to let her in.
I mean, Ryuji was always kind of just a jackass. Like, Ryuji from the very beginning is like, dude, we're gonna get rich and famous, so I don't imagine he wants to share the riches or the fame.
Yeah.
He actually, from the start, not so much. Later on, yes. On the start, he's just really confused.
I don't think Ryuji ever stops being confused.
Not really, no.
Like, him and On both kind of share the title of Team Idiot.
You always remember On being bad at English, but On is the only person who speaks English.
What do you mean? Oh, you played with a Japanese dub, didn't you?
The subtitles still say the same thing.
I never heard anything about On being bad at English. Fucking everybody speaks English in the English dub.
No. Whenever, like, I remember, whenever I brought up Persona when I was playing through the first time, you were like, "Ah, yes, On is better at English. She can read what's written on the signs."
Oh yeah,
I
that
don't mean the
was.
voice acting. I mean the actual character.
Yes, I do remember they mentioned that at one point because she's
Yeah, no, she's literally the only one in the team who can read English.
yeah, but she's half English, and they have a bit at one point where they find a pamphlet in English, and Ryuji's like, "Hey, An, you speak English, right?" And An's like, "Not very well."
No, she reads it that fine from what I remember. I guess we'll see once I get there again.
Yeah. Wasn't there? Isn't there one of the moments where you're in English class with An and you have to give her tips because she sucks at it?
Oh.
No, I feel like you have to give tips to Ryuji. He's like giving you freaking SMS, but I don't remember. You might be right. I don't freaking remember.
Yeah. There's definitely like something around like on culturally where every now and then they'll be like, "Hey, On, you're English, right?" And On's like, "Ah," which of course ties into the further thing of like the whole modeling subplot and how there was that whole thing like they didn't translate it entirely like directly, so they kind of left out the subplot her modeling thing has where of like racism and stuff. So
Yeah.
Anyways,
So
anything else?
yeah. Let's see. Well, I did finish all of JoJo as of right now.
All right.
Part 8 exists.
Not yet. It doesn't.
It does. It's the one
Partially,
I'm.
but it's not
Yeah,
done.
partially. It is not done. If looks are to be trusted, it should be done in the next year.
I mean,
Which, yeah.
Eriki's known for being actually getting things done on time, right?
But yeah, but he's been running this thing for 10 years.
Yeah. It's been more than 10, ain't it? Hadn't it been like 20?
No. Well, JoJo, yes. This part specifically, he's been writing for 10 years, I think.
Shit.
Or something like that, close to 10 years, I think.
And here I thought part 7 was a fairly recent development.
No, apparently not. But yeah, so the thing with JoJo Part 8, one of the reasons it took it so long to actually get finished is because it's getting released once a month. So yeah, Rock is also like 80, so it takes him a while to draw now.
Now, he doesn't look it.
He doesn't look it, but he probably still is on the inside. But yeah, JoJo Part 8 has elements.
Okay.
It has some callbacks that I like and all that. Some people really dislike how they killed off Johnny in Part 8. I'm fine with it. I don't know if it fits his character, but I'm fine with it. But yeah, what else could I say about it? The most of the fights are really boring because it's not even just that it's not like freaking close quarter punching that I dislike. The thing that I dislike about the fights is that everything is not close quarter punching now. It's just all freaking long range strategic fights, but the strategy is the same every time, more or less.
Okay.
And like I took an issue. I don't know if I voiced it, probably not, but I took an issue with freaking like part 5 for having freaking a lot of close quarter fights because those were oversaturated then. And this is the same issue, but just reversed. Because everybody's stand in this part is just like, oh well, I control the gravity around this object, and that's cool. But they beat the guy by freaking finding the user and killing the user, and then this new stand user comes in and he's like, I can turn into freaking ropes, and the way they beat that guy is by finding the user and beating the user. And that's basically the thing for every character. It's like he has this biker dude who looks like he's actually just a guy looking to kill the protagonist. No, that's a stand. They kill it by finding the user and killing the user. And that's the thing. It's like sometimes there's funny scenes, or sometimes there's like nice stands. There's good stands that are imaginative, but like usually the fights go the same way, and it makes it a bit boring. spoilers for freaking JoJo Part 8. The thing that makes the villain this time interesting, if it is the villain, is that his stand is also a person.
What?
Yes,
It's not Jesus this time?
Jesus might be involved, but they haven't brought him up yet.
The statement Jesus might be involved.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Jesus is involved because the reason this whole thing is happening is because of Jesus being disturbed, but he is stricken and can't let you go. But yeah, yes, but like actually, in the part, Jesus has not shown up. It was just in a flashback to when Jesus was still relevant to the plot. Those are sentences. But yeah, so the main antagonist from what I can tell so far, his freaking stand is just a person, and his superpower this time is that if you want to kill him, you die. No, genuinely, that's his power. Bad luck.
So Domino?
Isn't Domino good luck?
Yeah,
For
Domino
him?
is good luck for herself.
Yeah, no, Domino was the main villain of the last part. Like the stand user this time isn't especially lucky. You just get
Wait,
really
how
unlucky.
How
Yeah.
did they beat the good luck person?
All right. So they beat the good luck person, who, by the way, had Jesus on their side. That's why they had infinite good luck. So they beat the good luck person by traveling through dimensions. I'm not shitting.
Of course, luck's different in another dimension.
But what the thing they did was that Jesus and his luck was only in one dimension, and so to hit the guy, you had to rip through multiple dimensions with your shot or like your attack to actually be able to hit the guy. So Jesus' luck couldn't deflect it. That's how they killed him. And even that didn't work fully. And then the guy had to be buried alive, and then made to freaking just be in the ground in every dimension to die.
Anime!
Wait, how do you bury someone alive who's lucky though?
I feel from what I remember, he was incapacitated, and that's how the main character did it.
You're only lucky if you're awake.
You're only lucky if you're awake. So couldn't they have just waited till he fell asleep?
Maybe, I don't know. I think it was on a time limit. Actually, I do think it was on a time limit until night. The thing, because like it was like if he still has to stand by, if he still has Jesus by the end of the night, then he becomes like almighty or something.
Okay.
I love that statement. If he still has Jesus by the end of the night, he'll become almighty or something.
But yeah, so the main villain's power in this part is if you want to like go after him, or like if you want to kill him or anything, just all of the bad things that can happen will happen to you, and that's his power. So for the past 6 months, because it was for the past six issues of the series, for the past 6 months, the protagonist has been sitting in a chair looking at the stand, waiting for it to attack because he can't or he'll die.
Luck is OP.
Yeah. It's funny how in the old universe it was time, and in this universe it's luck. Also, a dude in part 7 had Zavarudo, like Zavarudo Light, I guess, but still,
Huh.
it might have actually been by Killer Queen Light. Now that I think about it, because I think he was able to reverse time 6 seconds, and that's it.
Okay.
But yeah.
No, go ahead.
Overall, I've been enjoying most of part 8. It gets really confusing sometimes because everybody says one word over and over again. And I'm not talking about talking about shit like Ora Ora. No, that's a big plot point, and they just keep repeating it over and over again. And there's basically no dialogue between it.
Heh.
Uh, that and I kind of feel like it's dragging on a small bit just because the first big thing is finding out who the protagonist is because he has amnesia, and the protagonist has found out who he is a while ago. So
Well,
yeah,
Well, I'm glad they at least get that out of the way so they don't drag on the amnesia plot line.
yeah, that's at least nice.
I don't hate
And that's about
amnesia
all
as
I've
much
done.
as most people do, but they drag it out some fucking times.
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially when they leave like freaking obvious hints towards who the person is, but they don't reveal until the end.
Yes. Anything else?
I think that's all I've done.
All right. Over on my end, we've been really busy recording this past week.
These past couple of weeks, really.
Yes. And, what'd you say, Sim?
Nothing. I just yawned.
Okay. So, keeping in mind that Monday was my mom's birthday, so didn't really have much free time that day either. If I ignore that, I think I have recorded every day since last Wednesday.
Nice.
So, yeah, and some days some of those days I recorded twice in one day because then I'd record again with Mike later in the evening. And we're not planning anything for tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday, so I don't even know what I'm gonna do with myself, you know?
We might be planning something for Tuesday.
Are we?
Let me check. It depends on the freaking. I need to check what we uploaded in the past 2 weeks.
Because I assume Wednesday and Thursday we're probably going to end up doing Gary's mod with Goku. Because, by the way, while we were talking about JoJo, I went ahead and started purchasing everybody copies of Gary's mod and Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Goku already had Gary's mod? I was confused. I don't know if I bought him that or not. But either which way, soon I sent you a copy of Counter-Strike, so if you ever do load up Gary's mod, you should be able to see textures now.
Okay.
I also went ahead and bought Mike a copy of Gary's mod in Counter-Strike without telling him, because I know if I tell him, he'll say no.
So we're forcing his hand.
Yes. Mike would enjoy Gary's mod if he got to sit down with it.
Yeah.
And
Alright, I checked. We don't have plans for Tuesday.
we do not have plans for Tuesday. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what I'll do those days. Probably just mess around with Total War, or maybe like check things out, try to set things up for Gary's mod ahead of the time. Anyways, what did I do this week other than recording? Oh, you know what? I watched Aquaman, the first half of Aquaman.
Only the first half?
Yes. So
Is there a reason?
well, okay, so we started watching it at like 8, and then someone had to go to bed about halfway through, right? So we said,
Yeah.
okay, we'll finish it tomorrow. And we sat down to watch it, and I sat down, and I was like, I am so thoroughly not enjoying this film, I would rather mow the lawn than watch it. So I went out and mowed the lawn instead while the rest of the family watched Aquaman. Now,
You
if
picked
I,
up the lawnmower like it was a trident.
yeah, and I hucked it at old Ocean Master, and by Ocean Master I mean the grass.
By ocean master, you mean the postman.
Yeah, take this, fucker.
Yeah, most of what I've heard about Aquaman is that it's like it's either so bad that it's just bad or it's so bad that it's good. And there's not really like it's good. It's just it's so bad that it's entertaining.
I thought you had watched it and you and Pink had a little debate over it because Pink quite liked it and you thought it was trash.
I haven't watched it, no.
Huh, who was it that argued with Pink about it?
It was
I
soon.
mean, I might have argued with him anyway.
Despite having not watched the fucking movie.
I believe it was soon, yes.
So anyways, yeah, the first half that I saw, well, They had Black Manta there, and his actor was doing a decent job. And they had Willem Dafoe there, and of course Willem Dafoe is a fucking master. But my god, the rest of the cast was dog shit. Because we got Jason Momoa, who was, hey, I'm Jason Momoa, look how cool I am. And that's all he does, right?
Surf's up, dude.
Yeah. And then we got Amber Heard there, and her whole thing is just being an asshole, which works out.
Which
hey,
is real life.
Yeah, in real life,
Real
she
life
cuts
Amber
off
Heard.
people's fingers.
Yeah. And
She's a member of the Yakuza?
No,
And,
she
like,
collects them in a
domestically,
ring on her necklace.
Ah, verse, I see.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
She did cut off her husband Johnny Depp's finger, though, while she was beating
Yep.
him.
Ah.
Yep. She domestically abused him and then accused him of domestically abusing her.
No, I know that part. I just didn't know about the finger.
And then
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
a recording that leaked of her and her father talking about their conspiracy to fucking blame Johnny Depp for all this and that to steal all of his money.
Oh, I haven't heard about that one.
Oh, yeah.
It was a CON conspiracy.
C-O-N-spiracy.
Did you hear about Ezra Miller?
No, I haven't, but I always expected it. I don't even know what you're going to say, but I expected it.
He choked out a fan.
Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting that.
Was it at least on freaking rear naked choke?
Well, somebody
I
was
think it
naked. I don't know who.
I think it was with no, they weren't. It was because the fan was harassing him, and so he just started choking her.
Oh,
His hands.
That ought to teach them.
that ought to fucking learn them.
Except she wasn't like harassing him. She was just paparazzi, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the news of the Pope freaking choke slamming someone.
Oh wow, he like grabs onto her neck and like slams her down on the ground, he actually does choke slam her.
Wow. I didn't expect that from Pope Francis, you know.
I'm gonna be honest. You said Ezra Miller did something. I was honestly expecting like he molested kids or something.
Yeah, no.
The guy
Okay.
started off by playing a fucking school shooter, and he did that. He's been able to stick to that reputation pretty well.
But yeah, he might be kicked out of the Flash role.
Good.
And obviously Fantastic Beasts will probably get canceled at this point. Because, you know, J.K. Rowling had her things, then Ezra Miller did his thing, and then there's also Johnny Depp.
Yeah, which Johnny Depp did. I mean, Johnny Depp did swing at her, though it's arguable whether it was in self-defense or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts will go on being made, but it will be rebranded as Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
And it was also the movies were also kind of the second one was terrible.
Yes, and they already got in trouble for having an Asian woman who turned into a snake.
Yeah, that's true. Even though that's like an actual mythological thing.
I mean, yeah, there have been plenty of Asian mythologies which believe in snake people.
Snake women specifically.
Yeah, I thought that was grasping for straws a little bit, but
yeah.
There was also the problem of like, isn't a big part of those movies is almost certainly Dumbledore wanting to get it on with Wizard Hitler.
Yeah. We haven't gotten to that point yet.
Really? I thought that was like the entire point of young Dumbledore's character development was him wanting to nail young Hitler.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we've gotten to that point yet. Or at the very least, it could have been that they had sex before and that they are still hinting at it in these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to the movie adaptation of My Immortal.
Shut up.
I wish some actual Hollywood elite would make a movie adaptation of that with all of the spelling errors and grammatical mistakes. just get actual actors, like well-paid actors that know how to act, and just give them My Immortal and see what they do. And so somehow force them to not phone it in. Like pay them enough money to ham it up.
I remember this was probably almost a decade ago. but someone got together a bunch of quotes from salty League of Legends players, right?
Mm-hmm.
And got amateur voice actors to do the lines in the voices of the character, the actual League characters.
Yeah.
I remember one where a guy it was basically like the Navy SEAL copy pasta, right? Like, what did you say to me, you little bitch? They're like, at one point, he's playing like this Asian monk character because it's League, right? So he's saying, I killed so many Muslim terrorists. I spent 15 ERs in Iraq. And like the fact, I love that he just put in the spelling error just in the middle of it. ERs.
Should just read that as ears.
I don't know. There's something funnier about the idea of calling ears ERs. Shit. Did I do anything? Oh, right. Aquaman. Aquaman. Yeah, we got Amber Heard. She plays an asshole. We got Dolph Lundgren, and bless Dolph Lundgren. You know how Dolph Lundgren's like got some crazy doctorate in some kind of like fucking rocket science or neurosurgery or something, right?
Yep.
He should stick to doing that.
Whenever I think of Dolph Lundgren, for some reason I picture freaking Fabio.
I mean, he's got the face shape, admittedly.
Yeah. When he was younger, maybe.
Yeah, but like, oh, there's one other good actor on the cast. There's Tamara Morrison. Always happy to see him. The actor that played Jango in Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones. And he is coming back to play Boba Fett in The Mandalorian, which is pretty crazy.
Weird.
Well, the weirder thing is that Boba Fett showing up in The Mandalorian means that for like the actual movie canon, it's going to finally be canon that Boba didn't get eaten by the Sarlacc. And
yeah.
I realize I'm saying this to one person who dislikes Star Wars and one person who is just kind of okay with Star Wars.
I like Boba Fett.
I like the original trilogy. I just don't care about like everything else.
I like Boba Fett.
Boba Fett's cool. And he's back from the dead, bitches.
Yay, they pulled a Darth Maul.
Well, Darth Maul is the funniest case to me because he got cut in fucking half, and he came back anyways.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Honestly, Boba should just have like a miniature Sarlacc with him.
A miniature...
You're using it to attack.
He replaces his little arm flamethrower with an arm Sarlacc that just eats people.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, one thing I gotta say, I'll just get through this real quick because we keep meandering off in other topics here because Aquaman the movie isn't that interesting. So I really liked that they went full bore on the fucking comic book nonsense. They went to the trouble of getting all the crazy, deep Aquaman lore of like, oh, the 7 kingdoms of Atlantis, and the so-and-so, and the trident, which means this and this, and there's the 7 tribes of the deserters, the Atlanteans, the fish, the merfolk, the trench.
Cthulhu.
Yes.
I wish he showed up.
The only trouble is that the director is incompetent. Or, well, he's used to writing horror instead, I guess, or doing horror instead. So... he never heard the adage, show, don't tell.
Right.
So this movie is probably 75% fucking... damn it, how did I forget the word for when they just have characters explain shit?
Exposition?
Exposition. This movie is 75% exposition. And poor Willem Dafoe just gets shafted with all of it. Like, they recognized that Willem was the most talented actor on the cast. So they were like, alright, brother, I hope you're ready to explain the fucking intricacies of the kingdoms of the deserters. And, I mean, Willem does a good job because he's a fucking trooper, bless him, but that still doesn't change the fact that they're telling rather than showing, you know? And of course, like, the CG effects look... like, I think the CG effects on, like, the underwater cities and all that stuff look kind of fine, if only because everything is CG, so it doesn't contrast that much. The trouble is when they pan into a character's face, and their face is the only thing that isn't CG. And then they've got CG hair flowing through the water, and it looks terrible.
Oh yeah.
What they should have done is they should have rotoscoped people's faces onto the Aquaman GameCube game.
Yes, exactly.
Alex was just sad that nobody like commented on his hair pun.
I made a hair pun?
Yeah, you said hairable, didn't you?
No, I said terrible.
Oh, it sounded like hairable to me.
All right then.
It was a hairball.
So Dolph Lundgren, by the way, looks god awful. Because for some reason they made his character a ginger. I guess because he's a ginger in the comics. So they CG'd his beard to be red, which looks bad. They gave him CG long red hair underwater. Problem being that it being CG underwater hair, it is honest to God, like, you know those PS2 or early Xbox 360 games where they were starting to experiment with the idea of long hair? No. Here's the best example. WWE game long hair.
2K20 specifically, or like normal?
Well, not 2K20's long hair, no, where it's just flying all over the place like Cthulhu tentacles, no. I mean, like, you remember in, like, I don't know, 13 or 12, that era, Edge's hair. If physics kicked in on Edge's hair, you would see a plate of spaghetti hair fly up.
Yeah.
And it was just all matted together.
Yeah, I also remember it clipping through his freaking shoulders because it was attached to his head, and the head and the shoulder models were not the same.
Ugh. I don't remember that, but I do remember, like, how when Edge would fall over, his hair would fly up, but it'd just be a static fucking 2D image with no depth, right?
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren's hair throughout this entire movie is doing that. And since it's underwater, it's always flying off of his head, and it looks awful. Oh, sweet Jesus. And the dialogue, of course, is corny and wooden. And, like, the music, sometimes, I don't know. I'll have to talk more about it with Pink, I guess. I didn't watch the latter half. Maybe the latter half really picks up.
I'm gonna post a picture of Dolph Lundgren for Addy.
Oh, you found a good picture of it?
Yeah. Oh, I should have said timestamp or something.
No, it's fine. We don't do that
We don't do that anymore.
Fuck it. Oh, that's one of the decent shots. There's several shots where his hair is flying up.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, I found one.
Yeah. It still doesn't look very good, the shots you got, though, because you can still clearly tell they just pasted Dolph's face into it.
Yeah, and the red hair looks bad.
Really bad. You can really tell he's a natural blonde, and it's just fake.
Yeah. They could have just, like, they could have just, I don't know, had him dye his hair, wear a wig.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't need to make him wear a wig because it's underwater. They're CGing his hair anyways.
But wait, why did they leave a part of his beard blonde? Is that supposed to be lighting effects?
I think so.
No, they did. That's just kind of like in every shot, his beard is still like blonde a little bit.
But it's not the same bit. What?
Oh yeah, the underwater lighting is really messy too, of course.
Yeah.
I get lighting effects, but like the blonde is not the color red goes to. The light shines on it usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And other than that, I don't believe I really did anything of note, honestly. Well, one last quick thing. I want to go over it real quickly because I know Addie's not going to give anything nearing a shit. So, I was just bored and messing around and downloading a bunch of mods for Total War Attila because Attila's actually got one of the better modding scenes.
Mm-hmm.
To make up for the fact that Rome 2 was so bad, the modding scene kind of... If you want to mod Rome 2, you don't mod Rome 2, you mod Attila.
Yeah.
And I was looking over some of the mods there, and that's a pretty great modding selection. And I saw the 1212 AD mod.
Oh yeah, that's the best, one of the best, if not the best for Attila.
It's probably the second best Total War mod, period, only after Third
Yeah.
Age.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not finished yet either, so it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah, I mean, they released it back in like early 2016, and it was already like there was already a lot of progress made on it. I mean, they've been like developing it probably since when did Charlemagne come out?
Ooh, I don't know. Well, how much time was there between Attila and Warhammer 1? Because Charlemagne would have came out in that stretch.
Let's see. When did Attila come out? Because Warhammer 1 came out in like 2016, right?
2016, then Warhammer 2 came out in 2017, then Warhammer 3 came out in 2030.
So Attila came out in 2015.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's
they had
probably
gotten into the
been
yearly cycle by then, hadn't they?
it's probably been in development since like Attila launched. And then they got like a bunch of asset boosts from Charlemagne.
Ooh, yeah, I'd imagine Charlemagne helped a lot. So 1212 AD is, when I first looked at it, I assumed like it was just early period medieval and nothing else, and I wasn't terribly interested. Because I figured, like, I figure with modders, like, it's going to just be early medieval period, and you're probably only going to be able to play as England, Spain, and France, right?
Yeah.
No, much more ambitious than that.
Yep.
All 3 medieval periods and 50 different playable factions. All of which tend to have pretty different aesthetics. Which was crazy to me, that they went to the trouble of making the Ayyubid Caliphate in Egypt entirely different than the Almohad Caliphate in Morocco and Spain. Because Creative Assembly themselves didn't even bother to make them that different.
Yeah.
And it is a impressive and pretty much Herculean effort here. Like, I haven't even taken a look at all the different Holy Roman Empire provinces that they made playable, and apparently they're all wildly different too. Like, just within Spain, there's big differences between Aragon, Portugal, and Castile. It's kind of crazy. Also, it's funny that, like, I can tell they specifically picked the year 1212 because that was apparently a time where medieval Europe was really in fucking chaos. What with the Byzantine Empire coming apart at the seams and all that. But I specifically found it really funny that you can look over at Hungary, and I guess that was a time in history where Hungary was really kicking ass.
I mean, Hungary was pretty big. Hungary was basically like the bulwark of Western Europe against the Mongols.
Yeah.
They did stop them, I believe.
Yeah, they did.
And
They
the
stopped
Ottomans.
them. That's what bulwark means. They're the shield. They were like called the shield of Christianity or something.
Bulwark. All right.
Yeah, bulwark.
I for whatever reason, the word bulwark didn't come to my mind, and I was like, bulwark. I was like the two separate freaking things, like the animal and jump. Anyway, continue.
Well, like, several, like, pretty much every faction that starts in Eastern Europe or, like, Turkey, it's like, one of the things it says for difficulty is, boy, you're gonna have to deal with Hungary at some point, by the way. And Hungary itself, like, several of the Balkan countries, it's like, well, the biggest difficulty with the campaign is that you start off being Hungary's bitch for a good 100 years. Like, I think Serbia, Croatia, and maybe Bulgaria all start off as vassals of Hungary.
Yeah, the medieval times are when most of the folk tales are set, so I've got to assume that things were good for us. But that we also had shit like the freaking, if you didn't go to church, the king personally poured freaking iron down your ears. Not actually the law, but close.
Well, shit, that ought to fucking learn them.
Genuinely, it was decreed by law that if you didn't go to church, the freaking knights had to go look for you and beat the shit out of you until you went to church.
Um, yeah, I guess that would. Maybe that's like their like radical idea of defense against Mongols and Turks. I don't know.
No, I think this was before.
Oh, funny
Although
times the medieval times were, huh?
I don't remember exactly, but I think it was before.
What a strange period of history.
Yeah. For what I remember, the only reason we even stopped the Mongols was because we had like stone castles, and
that is the reason.
yeah, they couldn't besiege them easily, so they just sort of gave up, I guess.
Well, they had horses. You can't like walk a horse up the wall.
They didn't try enough. Their technical control wasn't strong enough.
Well, that's why you ride spiders instead.
They
Yeah,
didn't have
true.
battering rams either. So they can like break down the gates and swarm the horses in.
Didn't the Mongols love to just starve people out or launch diseased corpses over the walls?
Yeah, they did.
I guess did Hungary just send them back?
I don't remember. I know that we had a lot of like dirt castles or like things that could be easily broken by the Mongols, and like most of the country was in ruins aside from like these select a few places where we had stone castles. But we actually don't talk that much about the time the Mongols were here. We talk much more about Turkey being here because Turkey was here for a while.
Yeah, and you guys were also like the shield of Europe along with Albania against the Ottomans.
Good thing you guys had Dracula to scare him off.
I'm not sure
I think the Ottomans actually took Transylvania.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Dracula was with us. Yeah, yet or by then. I'm not sure. I do remember hearing something about the Ottomans taking the taking Transylvania, because if I remember correctly, one of the reasons we joined like the Nazi side in World War II, or it was something like that. We joined because they promised us that we would get Transylvania back, which was taken by either the Ottomans or after World War One. I don't remember which.
Oh, the Ottomans, you never know.
Yeah.
I will say.
Okay, so Vlad the Impaler had to have been before Ottomans. In fact, the Ottomans may have even conquered him.
Oh, then who's he famous for impaling? I thought he was famous for impaling Turks. Or was it just Seljuk Turks?
I thought it was just his own people.
Oh. Well, that's
I'll look him up. We might have better freaking things of him.
Oh wait, he may have just killed Hungarians.
Oh. Whoops. Was it like a war of independence? Because wasn't
Okay. So no, they like Wallachia was never a part of Hungary, as much as Addy would like to disagree.
What was the part? I wasn't even paying attention. I'm reading Latipes.
Nothing. Okay, so he did impale Ottomans as well. He attacked the Ottomans.
Oh. I ain't waiting for you to come to me, motherfucker.
And then he went over to Matthias Corvinus, who was the king of Hungary, and then Corvinus imprisoned him for the rest of his life.
Nice.
So, yep.
Yeah, it appears he just fought everybody. He was taking all comers.
Hungarian John even wrote about it. I don't know if y'all have heard about Hungarian John.
Hungarian John?
Yeah, it's this poet called Janus Pannonius, and that basically means Hungarian John in Italian or like freaking Latin.
Oh, is Pannonia supposed to be the Latin word for Hungary? That would explain a lot. Damn it.
Either that or I think Pannonius might just be like the Latin name for the Danube.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But I may have heard of him at some point. I'm really bad at remembering names of poets.
Yeah, Pannonius would have to be Hungarian because he's Hungarian John. Bloody hell.
Hungarian John.
Yeah. That. But my favorite freaking thing about Lotepes is how his freaking how Dracul just used to be in Dragon. It's the stupidest thing, but it's cool to me. It's still cool to me, damn it.
I mean, for as much as Vlad Tepes was going and fucking ripping people to shreds, I think the name Dragon works for him.
Yeah, no, Dracul right now means devil, but it also used to mean dragon and demon. So the name fit. The name fit.
Yeah.
All right. So, guess we can go ahead and call this a podcast?
Probably.
Addy, say bye. Vlad
Bye.
Tepes. Oh. Damn it!